Carolyn, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Carolyn Hall wrote her first haiku in 1999, attended her first HPC meeting that year, and I think you sat next to me at that meeting
I
uh,
did.
as a guest of Laura Bell, and had her first poem published in Frog Pond. Since then, her haiku and haibun have been widely published and anthologized at home and abroad. She served on the Red Moon Anthology editorial board. She was editor of Acorn from 2008 to 2012, and she is currently editor of Mariposa. She has 5 published volumes of haiku, the first 4 of which have received awards from the Snapshot Press Book Awards, the HSA Merit Book Awards, or the Touchstone Distinguished Book Awards. Her most recent book, Cricket Dusk, was published in 2020. And here's Carolyn.
Okay. Hello. Yes, okay. So let me just say, first of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to read for you. I'm going to read to you from 2 books today because this book, Waterlines, which was my very first book published in 2006 by Snapshot Press, has been long out of print, and John Barlow has just decided to put it out again in a second edition. So I'm very excited about that, and that's just available this week. And there are, if you should be interested, there are ordering information at the top of the chat list for both of my books. And as I say on there, it's a free copy of Calculus of Daylilies, which was my last book, I just found a box full of them in my closet. So if anybody orders Cricket Dusk in the next couple of weeks, you'll get a copy of it. So I will begin by reading some poems from Waterlines. I'll just read them once. And I was only going to read everything once, but I liked the way Paul did his twice. So I will just sort of go through every other one in the second book. So these are just a few, and I'll read them once from Waterlines. Spilt milk spreading along the grout lines, morning chill. Morning shower, finding just the word I was looking for. Floor sweepings crawl back out of the dustpan, April rain. Twilight, the poultry truck returns with empty cages. Sent home with no diagnosis, late spring snow. Baiting one fish with another, autumn dawn. So suddenly winter, baby teeth at the bottom of the button jar. And slave cemetery, the tug of the current on willow fronds. So now I'll move to this newest book, Cricket Dusk, which was published by Red Moon Press just in 2020. I dedicated this book to my husband, Buck, and this is the poem I wrote for him. 50th anniversary, he plants more heirloom tomatoes. So the introduction to the book is a 1-poem prelude, prologue. 2 agnostics walk into a bar, tropical sunset. So I was thinking life is like that. We hold certain beliefs or are agnostic about certain things. And then we experience something that challenges those beliefs or doubts. And haiku is like that for me. I read a haiku and I perceive the world through someone else's eyes, and voila, the world shifts slightly. And I hope that's true, at least to some extent, for those of you who spend some time with my haiku. So the book is broken into 4 sections. The first is a burst of birdsong. Ornamental cherry, the glitter of beaded rain on naked limbs. Ornamental cherry, the glitter of beaded rain on naked limbs. Spring in the air, my husband chats up the chickadees. Spring in the air, my husband chats up the chickadees. First garden foray, the kitten smells of rosemary. First garden foray, the kitten smells of rosemary. Nesting owls, who would I be if I had stayed? Nesting owls, who would I be if I had stayed? Baby shower, the curve of her belly invites us in. Baby shower, the curve of her belly invites us in. Magnolia buds, the story she still won't tell. Magnolia buds, the story she still won't tell. Sunny and mild, the jays find something to squawk about. Sunny and mild, the jays find something to squawk about. Stories that died with my grandparents, daisy-studded grass. Stories that died with my grandparents, daisy-studded grass. Summer stillness, a hummingbird's wings fan my dreams. Summer stillness, a hummingbird's wings fan my dreams. The second section is called Hungry But For What? Ebb tide, first strands of gray in my daughter's hair. Ebb tide, first strands of gray in my daughter's hair. No name to go with that face, autumn leaves. No name to go with that face, autumn leaves. Porchlit night, the moths let in, want out. Porchlit night, the moths let in, want out. I was thinking about that for the last 4 years. Hungry but for what, winter moon? This is one line. Hungry but for what, winter moon? Martin Luther King Day. I readjust my rear view mirror. Martin Luther King Day. I readjust my rear view mirror. Another one-liner. Into the recycling origami cranes. Into the recycling origami cranes. Dried roses tied to the easel, hunger moon. Dried roses tied to the easel, hunger moon. The next section is called Bend in the Heron's Nest. Hospice, a tulip open beyond itself. Hospice, a tulip open beyond itself. Worn signpost, the path becomes narrower than I. Worn signpost, the path becomes narrower than I. This next one is one of my few two-liners. The blue butterfly's white underside, hometown visit. The blue butterfly's white underside, hometown visit. Father's Day, whole beans climb the sunflower stalks. Father's Day, whole beans climb the sunflower stalks. She would have polished the silver, Mom's memorial. She would have polished the silver, Mom's memorial. And the next two are one-liners. Downsizing again, summer solstice. Downsizing again, summer solstice. And the rain-swollen creek speaks my mind. The rain-swollen creek speaks my mind. The last section is called Patched Cracks in Asphalt. Lake Sunset, a blackbird's call wobbles the cattails. Lake Sunset, a blackbird's call wobbles the cattails. One line. Barn swallow swallowed by the barn. Barn swallow swallowed by the barn. Anniversary. He wears slightly mismatched socks. Anniversary. He wears slightly mismatched socks. Grafted apples. She holds onto her maiden name. Grafted apples. She holds onto her maiden name. The next one is a one-liner, but it can be read two different ways. Wildfire. We who left, those who stayed. Or wildfire. We who left, those who stayed. Too late to make it right. Acorn caps. Too late to make it right. Acorn caps. Okay, firestorm. Amid the ashes, her ashes. Firestorm. Amid the ashes, her ashes. Cricket Dusk, his homecoming in an urn. Cricket Dusk, his homecoming in an urn. One line. Tearing the scab off winter doldrums. Tearing the scab off winter doldrums. Solstice, the tilt of her hospital bed. Solstice, the tilt of her hospital bed. Wolf moon, the artist's charcoal worn to a stub. Wolf moon, the artist's charcoal worn to a stub. And the last one is one line. New Year, I regift the wind chimes. New Year, I regift the wind chimes. So thank you so much.
Great job, Carolyn.
Wow, what a beautiful reading, Carolyn.
Thank you.
Very nice, very good. We have some great poets in our organization. It's amazing. All you guys are so amazing.